Hi, Dallas here with ProPhone, and in this video we're going to be going over the ProDialer application inside of the phone system. So when I designed the dialer, my main priority in mind wasn't just functionality, it was user experience. I wanted to make it as easy as possible to use. I wanted to be little learning curve, plug and play, ready to roll. That is what I had in mind when I was developing this part of the phone system. Okay. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the ProDialer itself. At the top in the ProDialer area, you will notice a ProDialer tab and a Conversations tab. The ProDialer tab is to house all your dialer campaigns that you're running and stuff like that. The Conversations tab is going to be for all the dialer records that exist and are saved in the back end every time a call is made in your campaigns, to which you can actually filter your campaigns, their statuses, and their call outcomes here. And you can search conversations as well. So in the ProDialer area here, in the dialer tab, we have audiences, create campaign, and the dialer settings area right here. If you click on the audiences button, it'll take you to the audiences tab inside of the campaigns area. Both SMS campaigns and the ProDialer use this audience area, okay? They're both campaigns. So if you want to learn more about audiences, just watch this video here that goes over the campaign area. Now, back to the ProDialer. We have Create Campaign button. What this does, click on that. It allows you to go ahead and give your campaign a name. Like I can call it Sales Outreach. Let's just call it Tutorial. Choose an audience. Let's select an audience I already have. Assign phone numbers. Now, this dialer system, what it does is between every single call, it changes the line for you. If you just have one line assigned, it's going to use that same line for all of them. But we also have it set up to rotate your phone lines that you have assigned. Let's go ahead and attach to. And then when you create a campaign, what's going to happen is it's going to process. Let me go and delete this one. There's no point. You can actually, it'll process against your DNC numbers and your block numbers, which are in your SMS settings area. Okay. All your DNCs and all your block numbers. This is for compliance purposes. Now, in the campaigns themselves, you can edit it by clicking on the edit button here, which opens up and lets you change the lines and change the name. Or you can click delete like I did a second ago to delete a campaign itself. The statuses are going to be processing, ready, running, and paused. Okay, so when it's ready, that means processing is done and you're ready to run the campaign. Okay, now with that being said, you can only have one campaign running at a time. So if I click on this campaign and run it, if I try to go back to the campaigns area, it's going to pause the campaign. And then I can go use whichever one I want. If I'm running it and I refresh the screen, it will pause that campaign. However, I can go between the Conversations and ProDialer tabs while in calls just fine. If you want to have multiple campaigns running at once, my advice to you would be to have team members, multiple team members, which in the dashboard video, when you're in the dashboard, or actually, excuse me, in the team panel here, my bad, you can watch a video that goes over that. That way you can have multiple campaigns running at once, just multiple people running them, okay? All right, back to the dialer. Now let's go over the dialer settings themselves. So the dialer settings is the dialer configuration area inside of the phone settings, which you can also access right here as well. This just takes you straight to it. You have 3 or 4 different options here. You have call timeout, which is the max seconds to wait before moving to next contact. So in other words, whenever you're ringing or dialing a phone, if there's no answer, nothing like that within this amount of seconds, it'll go ahead and stop that call and go to the next one. The delay between calls is how long you want to wait between each phone call themselves. Yeah, the pause time between different prospects. The retry on no answer, that just basically means how many times you want it to redial the same prospect if they don't answer. So if you enable that, you'll be able to set the max retries and reset the delay between each retry. Once this is done, if they don't answer within these amount of retries that you have, it'll go ahead and trigger the delay between calls to go ahead and go again, and then it will go to the next one. That's the automatic side of it. And that's only if you have automatic auto dial enabled for all this. If you have auto dial disabled, which it's enabled by default, then what's going to happen is between every single phone call that happens, it'll pause the campaigns. That way you can roll it again. You can hit start to roll it again and keep going to the next one and next one and next one. This is if you want to more or less have more control and preparation whatever between each call. Okay, but that is the dialer configuration. Let's go back to the dialer campaign itself and we're going to open one up. So this is the dialer area. Okay, we have the call outcome, the actual call that's running. We have a call queue, and we have the prospect information section right here. The call queue shows you the next call that's in line and all your calls here. You can scroll through it. Okay, it's set to be infinite scrolling, so you can keep scrolling to see all the people that are in the dialing, or excuse me, that are in your audience that you're going to call. And like I said, it shows you what's next. This right here will show you the current call. I'm about to run this here in a second, but it'll show you the actual call that's running. And when you start this, the actual call here, the information for that prospect you're calling will show here. It'll show the address, first name, last name, and it will show the phone number as well. Whenever it's running, which I'll show you in a second, you'll see where you can click on a button here to open the property up in another tab in Zillow. That way you can see information on that property. And it will also have a map here, Google Map kind of situation, where it shows you where the property is located on the map, and you can go to Sat View and stuff like that as well. The call outcome section, this is only enabled whenever you are in an active, whenever somebody's answered the call. Because how it works is, whenever the call ends, it stores a record in the conversations table. But if you go ahead while you're on a call, go and give it a status, add some notes, and click update or whatever, it will add that record automatically to the conversations table. And then when the call ends, it'll check to see if it exists, and it'll update if need be. Okay, but that's how that works. And the outcomes, they automatically are configured by the system themselves. Now let's go ahead and start the campaign so you can see kind of how it works in real time. And I'll go over some stuff with you, and I'll also go over the conversations table with you as well and show you the features and functions you have in that area also. Let's go ahead and click on the Start Campaign button right here. This is where you can also pause the campaign as well. So if you click Start, you can pause it, which will automatically hang up any call that you're on. Keep that in mind. But let's go ahead and click Start. Okay, we can see it's dialing one of my business lines right now. Now the audience area does have information here. I can click on Open in Zillow to see the property details there. Or I can click on View Larger Map by expanding this out. Move that around as well. And I can also see the information here as well. Now, let's go ahead and end this call, which, yep, it did it for me. Okay, it's fine. Now let's call the next person.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Okay, that's how the dialer works. So for this campaign, I actually went into the settings and increased my timeout to 20 seconds. That way I could go over that with you guys. You didn't see that because I paused the video, went in and did that. But you noticed if there's no address, it'll show NA because there's not going to be an address to even open. But once that call timeout does finish, it will go ahead and move on to the next call, okay? If you decline a call, same concept. It'll go ahead and wait, start its delay, move on to the next call as well. But you can see the status updated to completed, and this campaign is now done. But that's how the dialer campaign actually works. Now let's look at the conversation table. So the records here, if you select any of your records or select all, whatever, you will be faced with a bulk actions. You'll have bulk actions here that you can send via webhook to trigger automations inside of your ProPhone system. You can export those records that you have selected to CSV. You can add directly to an existing audience that you already have. Okay. You can also create a new audience as well. That way you can get more finite with your segments. You can also combine it with your My List in the CRM. So you can create an audience here from here and go to My List in the CRM, and you can literally add more records to that audience from there when you filter down even further. So I could go in here and filter by certain statuses plus who exists in certain lists, tags, stuff like that. I could select those, same concept, add to audience, choose that same audience, same exact concept. Let's go back here. Select another one. Let's go back to the drop down. Okay. We had add to DNC manager. This is literally going to put it directly into your DNC table here. Right here. We have add to CRM. This is going to add the contact directly to the CRM. So if I click on, that was Demetria Jackson. Let's go to CRM. See, it's now here. Delete that. Let's go back to the dialer. Okay, and you can also do a bulk update of status for those that you have selected as well. So you can change them all to different statuses for all of them that you have selected. So I'm going to go hot. Okay, now let's just update that. Okay, and then you can delete. And once you click delete, it's gone. But that is it. That is how the dialer area works. Also, my bad, one more thing here. If you click on it, it opens up more of a detailed view of everything in there, including your notes and stuff like that. Same map, same address format. But yeah, that is the ProDialer itself and the phone system. We are going to be expanding on this and adding more to this as we get more user feedback. But yeah, that's it, guys. I wish you guys an absolute blessed day, and I hope you enjoyed the platform.